What up, reader fam, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you another weird video. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. I had you guys send me some random words on Twitter, and today I'm going to take those random words and come up with books. I'm going to give myself 15 minutes to write a book pitch and come up with a book title using the random words that you guys sent me. I have no idea how this is going to go, but I imagine it's going to get pretty weird. Now please don't judge my writing too harshly on this. Like I said, I'm giving myself only 15 minutes for each of these book pitches. So these are going to be rushed and most likely trash. So let's just go with it, okay? These are the things that I do instead of writing my own novel. Why am I like this? So for each book, I chose 15 of the random words that you guys sent me, along with one of the random character names that you guys sent me. So book one, we have our character named Brooke, and we have the names sneeze, flowers, stranded, kerfuffle, discombobulated, memorable, condescending, rage, cluster, plate, bold, errand, unfortunate, boom, and piano. This book already sounds like it's going to be a mess, so let's get started. Okay, I have come up with a pitch for book one, and it is weird, as I expected it would be. So I'm going to be calling this book Rage, Sneeze, Flowers. And here is the pitch for this book. When Brooke's parents discover her strange ability to sneeze flowers, they sail out to sea and leave her stranded on an island. Brooke thinks they're going on a little family vacation, but instead she's left alone sneezing her flowers on an island. On her first full day on the island, she finds herself feeling discombobulated when she sees a woman in a bold red suit playing a piano on the beach, as if it's just a normal thing to do. She finally builds up the courage to approach the woman, and when she reaches her, boom, they're transported. But Brooke is left in a rage when she realizes now she's a slave to the kingdom. She is chained down by magical vines and is only let out to take care of the kingdom's garden. Brooke can't help but be full of anger as she throws her dinner plate at the boy whose only duty is to run errands for the king and queen. She quickly regrets it when she realizes they're in similar situations. When the queen learns of this kerfuffle, she visits Brooke in her floral prison cell and talks to her in a condescending way, explaining that before arriving at the kingdom, Brooke had no purpose, and now her destiny was to keep the kingdom's garden alive. The conversation was memorable, and she'd almost convinced herself it was true until the day the errand boy showed up in a cluster of ... because I didn't finish, because I ran out of time. So this book pitch ends with a cliffhanger. Or I guess you could just say that I failed this first book pitch. Wah, wah, wah. Moving on to the next book, these are the words that I have to work with. First up, we have the character name Ezra. Then we have the words waffles, cabin, deep, cheese, underground, manipulation, toasty, frizzy, flabbergasted, wild, farmer, aesthetic, beaming, vendetta, and war. This one is gonna be interesting, let me tell ya. I can already tell it's going to be a mess. Beat the timer by like 3 minutes. I have completed the book pitch. It's a real weird one. Let's go over it. This book will be titled The Waffle War, and this is how it goes down. When Ezra is dropped off at camp, the last thing he expects to find is a cabin with a black and white aesthetic. He was expecting a little more dirt and a little less clean. His cabin mates appear to be flabbergasted as well. When the boys hit up the mess hall in the morning, they're shocked to find toasty waffles being served without syrup and a drink made out of cheese. The boys refuse to eat it, causing a vendetta between the boys and the kitchen crew. The next morning, the boys showed up to a deserted kitchen when what appeared to be a farmer with frizzy hair walked into the mess hall beaming with a suspicious excitement. All of a sudden, the kitchen crew bolted into the mess hall and tied the boys up. They then led them through the deep wild, eventually to an underground location. Here, the boys faced an intense amount of manipulation as they were forced to eat toasty waffles without syrup and drink down the disgusting cheese drink. As Ezra threw up, he decided it was time for war. I can already see this book on Goodreads now with a 3 out of 5 star rating. Okay, book 3, we have our main character whose name is going to be Brendan, and we have the words levitation, ink, Whirlpool, crime, distracted, crusade, delicate, crown, bicycle, storage, serendipity, weird, whisk, drama, and growing. So let's get writing. God, I think I came up with the best one so far. It's still not great, it's still trash, but it's decent. I'm gonna title this book The Whirlpool Crown, I think. So here's the pitch for book 3. Brendan was minding his own business, swimming in the ocean, when all of a sudden he was whisked away into a whirlpool. His instinct was to panic, but he found it weird that he was able to breathe in the chaos of it all. Suddenly, he was delicately dropped in what appeared to be a storage unit full of bicycles and ink. Brendan was distracted by a crown he found sitting on top of one of the bikes. He picked it up and placed it on his head, enlightened by the moment of serendipity. Though as the crown rested on his head, the room changed in an instant to the setting of a kingdom. A man who appeared to have the ability of levitation rushed toward him. In a moment of growing drama, Brendan was thrown into a prison cell due to his crime of stealing the king's crown. Outside of his prison cell window, he could hear the chants and cries of a brewing crusade. How did the whirlpool lead him here, and how would he find his way back home? Again, trash, but I'm still intrigued. I would like to see where this story goes. Alright, book pitch number 4. Our main character is going to be Lydia, and the words that we have to work with are euphoria, fluffy, power, gold, cringe, meticulous, angst, waves, doofus, squeeze, balcony, star, torture, fierce, and boot. Let's get to writing.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya, complicate ya.
Alright, time's up. I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but let me just read it to you. I think I'm gonna title this one Power in Gold. The queen looked fierce as she squeezed the balcony railing overlooking her queendom. She had a presence of power that filled the room with intimidation, but it only made Lydia cringe with angst. The twin sisters grew up dreaming of the day one of them would reign. Lydia was brought out of her state of euphoria when it was revealed that her sister had been a minute older than her and would be the star of the kingdom. Lydia's sister went from being this happy and fluffy friend to a rival. Her sister tortured her and renamed her Doofus. Once taking on her role as ruler, her first act was forcing her sister out of the kingdom. Waves of pain crashed against her as she began remembering the years of torture she endured. She couldn't deny that her sister looked beautiful at the throne of the kingdom, dressed in head to toe with gold. But Lydia also knew that she didn't deserve it. It was time for Lydia to put her boot down and claim her kingdom that she deserved. She has a meticulous plan to take out her sister, but will she be able to follow through? You see, I like this one, but I feel like a lot of the descriptions were really dramatic. Waves of pain crashed against her. Also, some of the descriptions were super cringy, but that's because I had to use random words for this book pitch. For example, Lydia's sister went from being this happy and fluffy friend? Really? Fluffy friend? That description though. Cringe! So much cringe! Other than the cringy descriptions, this does sound like a pretty solid book pitch. Okay, this is the last round, and our main character is going to be Sabrina, and we have the words moist, ghoul, delirious, superhero, scrumptious, infinity, slayer, electricity, bed, bookshelf, snoring, fireworks, sleepy, strong, and knock. Let's see how this turns out.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya, complicate.
Okay, I have the last pitch for you, and I am calling this one Sleepy Slayer, Infinity Series Book 1. Okay. Here we go. The last thing Sabrina wanted was to join the superhero force her father had been a part of called Infinity. Everyone always dreamed of being a superhero, but she dreaded it. When her father was found delirious due to a ghoul attack, the last thing she wanted was to end up like him. But that's the thing, she's just like him. Sabrina can feel the electricity running through her veins, making the tips of her fingers moist. Really? Gotta make me use the word moist. She feels as though she could create fireworks in the sky. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. She knows she's meant to be a strong slayer, but she'd rather stay in bed all day in a sleepy state reading books off her overflowing bookshelf. Relatable! When she hears a knock on her front door at night under her mother's obnoxious snoring, she quickly runs to answer it without thinking. The second she opens the door, she recognizes the person on the other side to be a ghoul. His eyes reveal that he's hungry and that she looks like a scrumptious meal. That's as far as I got with that book pitch. I could honestly see this book being a mixture of My Hero Academia and Tokyo Ghoul, which I think would be really cool. But again, like the last pitch, this one had some cringy lines in it. She feels as though she could create fireworks in the sky. And the fact that I had to use the word moist in this one, really y'all? Really? Why you gotta do me like this? But overall, this honestly sounds like it could be a pretty cool book. I'd read it. So those are all the book pitches that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I actually had a really fun time doing this. It was like a fun writing practice. It was cool to kind of see what I could come up with all these random words and then with a time limit of 15 minutes. You guys should let me know down below in the comments, out of these 5 book pitches, which one could you see yourself reading? Also, I'm tempted to challenge some of you guys. So if you're up for a challenge, give yourself a timer of 15 minutes and come up with a book pitch using these random words: camera, moon, bird, dog, helicopter, bread, mountain, dirt, rope, and tornado. Good luck. If you're up for the challenge, set that timer for 15 minutes and then write down below in the comments and let me know what your book pitch is. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos frequently on this channel, so if you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or go and click the little bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, chew.